Okay, well, thank you for allowing me to do this interview on behalf of USC Dornsife Office of Experimental and Applied Learning about the Financial Inclusion Program. So let's get started. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about yourself and what is your business or business idea?
So, my name is Patricia Moore, and I am the CEO of Patricia Moore Business Solutions. And I am a business consultant. I call myself really a business concierge because my target audience is startups. My main target is startups, but my goal is to touch businesses and make them become legitimate businesses and no hustles. Like I'm trying to take the word hustle out of the business world. I don't like it. And so that's why I built my business. Actually, I am a COVIDpreneur, as I like to call it. Started my business August of last year, August 9th, August 10th to be exact, the day before my birthday. My birthday is August 11th. And it came about during the COVID when everybody was starting their businesses. But when I would ask them like simple questions like, well, how did you start your business? No one told me that they had an entity. Everybody was an Instagram business. And I don't want to take away from Instagram. I think Instagram is great. I think Instagram was very good for a lot of people that build these hustles. But I think now that a lot of them have become very successful, they need to turn them into actual business where you have a business entity, you have a business bank account. Let's get away from Cash App. And well, they're about to start a business. Actually, they've already have a business platform, but just providing solutions for businesses. As our motto is, we are a business that we help businesses with problems by providing solutions. And that's my goal. I want to provide the solutions so that all businesses are set up correctly from idea to launch. And so that's my goal. That's my vision.
That's
and I,
great.
yeah,
Especially because I know that a lot of entrepreneurs, I mean, even if you're not, a lot of them are not business majors or like have
right.
experience in business. So it's always nice to have someone to tell them, like, these are the steps that you need to take. So that's a
Right.
great business opportunity.
Yes, and it's important, because I think a lot of people didn't realize how fast things would take off for them.
Hmm.
And I won't say that maybe they didn't do it because they didn't know about it. I will say that they just forgot to do it and they need to be reminded. I'll keep it on the positive. And so, but
Thank
my
you.
goal is to touch businesses and give them these
Mhm.
solutions. And just to let you know, some of the things that I really want to go into, which I research and I didn't see a lot of for small businesses and startup business, the really a deep dive into business.
Mhm.
Business plans. A lot of people get scared when they say business plans. Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be 17 pages. Just write down your mission, your vision, what you want to do, how you're going to do it. Um, operating manuals. You need to have an operating manual as a small business. You need to know
Mhm.
your I guess my goal is to have your business run with you or without you. So
Mhm.
you need to set your business up, and you can't do that if you don't have a manual to have. If I get sick, my daughter needs to know how to do something. She can go to the manual and say, hey, this is how it's done. So let's do it. And just going through those little things and just building up to where, we get to this big conglomerate of a business. And I think that's what small businesses, they get really intimidated and think they need to be like these huge businesses like McDonald's, who's been around forever, where their operating book is probably as tall as a tree. But, yours may be 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah.
Try not to get that scarcity out of really setting up the business.
No, that's a great business opportunity, and I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
Yes. So my second question is, how did you hear about the program and about the workshops?
How did I hear? I don't know if it was social media. It might have been, I don't know. I don't remember. I saw it somewhere.
Yes,
I
well, I'm glad that you saw it. I'm glad
I
that you were
saw it
able to
some.
participate.
I might I might have been you on USC's website for something,
Okay, yes.
or and saw it there and signed up. But I'm subscribed to so many things. I saw it and I said, you know what, I'm going to, take it, and it can only help me because it can enhance what I have to give to my clients.
Yes,
So
I'm glad that you were able to participate.
yes.
And can you tell me a little bit more about how the program helped you?
Well, one, it just confirmed that everything that I was doing was correct. um, that from idea to branding to actually banking, which is the one that I really really liked, was the banking part. I tell my clients to stop dating the ATM and go into the bank and talk to the tellers and talk to a banker. I'm a little biased. I used to be a bank manager, so I've dealt with personal banking, business banking, mortgages, auto loans, all that, business loans, things like that. But I encourage them to go into the bank until we can't go into no more, because they're slowly fading, bankers out. As we can see, the ATMs are covering up the teller stations, if you go into banks. So and they only have very few. But I really like that one. I took some notes. I like the other one, understanding the relationship with money, not having the scarcity mindset. I really like that one. So I've touched on that, but I think I'm really going to include that more into when I coach my clients about not being scared of money, not being scared of spending money or making money, because you have to do both in a business. You're either going to make it or you're going to spend it. One of those are going to happen each day in a business. So that,
That's right, yes.
yeah, I really like that, the relationship and the scarcity, abundance mindset, and the branding, marketing, and the social media part. So kind of all of them, all of
I am
them.
so glad that you learned something in each one.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I was really into the banking one because
Mhm.
I was a banker, so I was like, okay, everything. Well, I was a manager of a bank, so everything that I'm telling them with about the banking is on point. So that just confirmed, helped me in
I'm
my
glad.
journey.
And what would you say that what was the best piece of information that you received?
Um, the best information I received, I think, was I really, really like the understanding and having a relationship with money. I like that personally because I'm a consultant. So on that one, they really talked about being a consultant also during that session. So that one really resonated with me because, even though it's easy for me to tell my clients things, what they need to do, sometimes when I'm telling them, I'm also talking to myself. Like, you're going to have to spend money. You're going to have to receive money. It's okay. This is what it is. It's life. You spend money, you receive money. So I really really like the banking aspect of the sessions. One, it helped me to validate that the stuff that I am saying is correct, about the banking, and having banking relationships, and just getting that affirmation of I will not be scared of money, um, in your mind all the time. It helps the workflow. So I really really like that part.
Yes, and especially as a consultant, I feel like you're your first client, so
Yeah.
you're teaching yourself, and at the same time you're learning from your clients as well.
Yes, 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 definitely. And when I coach my clients, I like to tell them that if you don't have a coach that is not also going through the same things you're going through, you need a different coach. Everybody needs to be going through something, but I'm able to, the difference between me and that person is I'm able to stabilize it a little bit more for my business. And that's why, I can come and talk to you about it. I have examples of what I did and how I overcame it. And that also helps too. So the banking and that's the banking session was my favorite, my absolute favorite.
I'm glad to hear that. And I know you already touched a little bit about this, but how did these workshops make a difference in how you approach your business going forward?
Um, well, how it has made a difference for me is I'm actually even more aware of what I'm doing with my business as far as my day-to-day business and financials. Even as much as, kind of really looking over the business plan and kind of saying, oh, you know what? I think where I grouped something together, I gave it a different line item, just being real specific on, my expenditures and, the money that I get in. Being real specific, especially for expenses, is not grouping things and actually giving each thing their own line item so that you can actually see and not being scared of it being so long. You know what I mean? Because um, it's the same thing. It's just that instead of on one line, it's $100. It's, three lines and it's $33 on each line. And I just threw that other dollar somewhere else, put that other dollar somewhere else. So really, really going back into my business plan and seeing the the expenditures, as well as doing my SWOT, my strengths, my weaknesses, my opportunities, and my threats. And, really, really doing a deep dive into that, understanding, what are the weaknesses, who are, what are the opportunities that I, have in this business? What are my strengths? All of those things, really just kind of going back over them and, just checking them out and every now and then, and just to, if I have something to add or if there's something that I overcame, guess what? I take it off. So, those,
Yes, love that. Thank you for sharing that. And will you recommend this workshop to a friend?
oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I'm trying to figure out how I can partner with this program to even come on to do maybe a webinar for, my clients or potential clients, because I think that they should see these kind of things. And I think that they should see these kind of webinars where I'm hosting them. Everybody gets a deal in it. You get a deal,
Mhm.
I get a deal, they get a deal, everybody gets a deal, they get the knowledge, everybody gets something out of everything. So I'm really trying to figure out how we can partner,
Yes,
or
that
how
would be
I can,
great. I will love that.
yeah, or I can be on the team and talk about, be a presenter, as what, by giving examples and things like that. Because I thought it was really great. It was a really great spend of my time. And I appreciated it a lot. And I always recommend, these type of webinars and seminars and things like that to people. I'm a conference junkie, I have to say. I love conferences and seminars and things like that. My grandmother used to take me to them all the time. So
I
I
mean, you
grew up.
learn something new each day or each webinar that you participate in. So I'm
Yeah,
with you on that as well.
yeah, and you learn something. You never know what
Yes.
you're going to learn. You never know when that aha moment is going to
Hmm.
come for you. And
Yes,
so
exactly.
I appreciate it. And plus it was USC.
Yes, it's
USC is
USC.
involved. Oh yes, Trojans.
Yes, fight on.
I'm not a Trojan. I did not graduate from USC, but I love USC.
I
So,
graduated this past May.
oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
And well, my last question is, do you have any advice that you will give to aspiring entrepreneurs?
Um, I'm gonna say be like Nike and just do it.
Yes.
Just do it. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. Um, you just take one step at a time. To be on the serious side, just take one step at a time. It's okay. Stop comparing yourself to other businesses and focus on what you want to deliver, what value you want to give to people. Because I think that's important also, that yes, you're a business and yes, you're in business to make money, but you're also in business to give value to others. And I think that once you get that down to where you're focusing on what am I giving to people? How can I make people better? You know, what do I have to offer? All the other stuff falls in place. The money, the referrals, the collaborations, all that stuff falls in place. So, you know, just put your head, there's no original idea. Everything has been done.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
don't compare yourself to anyone and just put your leg out there. And guess what? Give it some time to work. Give it some time to work. There are some overnight successes, but there are some things that have to, you know, develop in time. And I always use McDonald's. McDonald's didn't always have Big Macs. They started out with just little bitty cheeseburgers for
Yes.
mother with children that wanted a quick meal. That was them. So yeah, that's what I would offer. You know, just go put your all into it. Don't compare anybody and give it some time. Give it some time. And don't compare. Like, don't compare. Give it some
Thank you.
time.
That's a great advice. And you know, like if we really think about it, most of the overnight successes, they're basically our entrepreneurs that have been working for years. It's not
Yes.
really an overnight. We see it that way, but they've been working and putting in all the work for years, like 5, 10 plus years.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right. So that's why I said don't compare yourself. I mean, if you want to
Exactly. Yeah.
look at models and things like that and how they do it, that's fine. But don't get intimidated by it. Just, you know, I mean, you go to the grocery store, there's a million breads there. A million. You know, you
Yeah.
pick the one that bread, you need keto bread, you're on a keto diet, that's what you're gonna pick. Somebody said somebody needs keto bread. You know, so you're giving value to people and you're doing products and doing services for people and for things that they want and they need. And that's, just do it. Just do what you want to do.
Thank you so much for sharing. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for the opportunity and the interview. I was reading, I was like, oh my God, I would love to do that. So that was great. I appreciate the
Of course.
opportunity to talk about my business, what I do, as well as talk about how awesome the program is. Because it's an awesome spend of time. You know, I did, what was it, 4 weeks, 5 weeks?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. Okay, 6
Yes.
weeks. 6 weeks of time that was very well spent, and I appreciate it so much. I appreciated all the presenters. Everybody was easy to understand. It was easy. It was just easy. I took notes, and I learned a lot. So
I'm glad. Thank you so much for sharing.
you're welcome.